down.
Good afternoon.
Hello, everybody.
Greetings. We are live. When I say live, I mean proper live. We're live on Facebook, Simply Deez Events, and also on Pamtengo radio page. And we are also live on YouTube. This is the Simply Together show on Tuesday, the 15th of November. Give it up, give it up.
Yeah.
You didn't realise it was going to be so crazy, Annika. I can it is, and this is how we roll. So I'm Dee Bailey, and I shall be co-hosting today with the lovely Nikkei. Hi, Nikkei.
Nikkei. It's all good. Always happy to be simply together.
Excellent, excellent. And we have two, as always, we have two awesome guests today. We have the lovely, she'll correct me, trust me, she'll correct me if I get it wrong. Carisha, is that correct?
Carisha Allen in the building.
Oh, you know what it's going to be like, Nikkei? It's going to be a hard one. Today. And we've got the wonderful Annika from Headway also in the house. Give it up. So Annika and Nikkei are going to kind of just disappear for a little bit. I'm going to have a chat with Carisha, and then those two are going to come on for the second half. So please, for those of you that are watching, please share with your friends, with your contacts. We always have incredible guests on sharing invaluable information. And some of it may not be for you, but might be for somebody that you know. So Nikkei and Annika, we'll see you guys a little bit later on. Carisha.
Hello. How are you doing?
I was doing real good. I'm doing really good, darling, really good. So for the masses that are out there, a lot of people probably don't even know who you are. So we've got a short little bit of time together today, and obviously people have the opportunity to find out more information about you afterwards. But can you tell the guys just a little bit about yourself first of all? And when people find out who is, no offense, love, but your son is famous, and people probably know who you are.
Okay.
They don't see you, but they know.
Well, you say a little bit. I tend to go off on a tangent. I've been told this all of my 29 years on God's green earth. So I would try and keep it succinct, which is what they taught me at university.
I shuffle you along if you need shuffling along. So we've got building up, people are watching. So just tell us a little bit about yourself. Hi, Cecile. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll have a chat about this incredible event that you've got coming up.
Okay, so I am Carisha Allen, 29 years young, and I am the mother of three fabulous boys. You might know my eldest boy, which is Kashai. His business is called Shai's Homemade Lemonade, and he works alongside Dee a lot. The last event, when do we have that at? Hat Factory. Yeah, and his drinks sold out, and I think we had about 2 hours left before the event was supposed to finish. His drinks are all sold out. So for the next event coming up on the 26th of November at Marsh Farm, we're going to make sure we have loads of drinks so that doesn't happen again. But yeah, so I am the founder and owner of 24K Treats. So what my company ethos really basically is tasty and affordable Caribbean delicacies, but with a healthy alternative. So we have sugar-free, we have vegan, and we try to reduce the amount of like sugars and salts. We will alternate it with dates, just like natural sweeteners and stuff like that. So we do rum cake, we do rum punch, and I have my alcohol license, by the way, everyone. Everything's legal. I have my food allergen course. I've got my food and safety, level 2 and level 3, my public and product liability. So yeah, and basically for this Christmas, I've contacted Quiche Hospice in Luton, and I've asked them if it would be okay to do some fundraising for them, because I do enjoy around Christmas time doing charity work. So I feel like a lot of us are quite privileged. Our children, they get all these expensive high-tech gifts and we do the most, but I like to give back to those who have less, and just to spread love and charity because it's the season. Yes. Okay. So more about me. So I am a registered social worker. I went to university. I've got a BA honors in social work. Um. So I do think myself as a humanitarian. I do like to help, and it's quite funny. Like social workers need social workers. So I'm so good at helping people fix their problems and help people sort out their stuff. And I'm like, I might need a little bit of help to help me fix my own problem, but I
That's
thoroughly
what it
enjoy
is.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even therapists need therapists. It's quite crazy, isn't it, how the world works? So currently, because I've had my youngest, he's 1, so I haven't been practicing in the field. So I've been building up my business because I did launch it properly, but then COVID stroke. So now we're just currently getting out of the woodworks again. So I'm doing a lot of fairs. I do have a lot of online orders. Some people they order from me, and I can post them in the delivery, and it comes with ice packs, and then you can reuse them. Really good quality. I love them. My freezer's full of them. Yeah, so yeah, I do like to bake. I like to plan events as well. Um yeah, I like to help people. I'm a poet. I'm quite a colourful person, a social butterfly.
Did you
Go
make note
here.
of that, Michelle? Poet? Just
Yeah, I know. We need to talk about that because I've been writing a book, and I was speaking to Penguin, and this was 2019. I still haven't worked on it because I'm doing everything else. But you know, it's like three boys, hands are well full, but it's in the pipe works. So
I
yeah, that's a bit about me. I'm a bit colourful. I love to sing, dance, post silly videos.
sing.
Yeah, love to sing that. I know my church was trying to get me to go on the altar for ages. I went once, and I'm just like, I'll be back soon.
Wow, you have just in a very short space of time, less than 5 minutes, reeled off an awful lot.
So I
An
was
awful
succinct. That's good.
lot. So I'm going to just ask you a few things. And obviously, for those of you that are watching and listening, please put in the chat and we can ask while we can. Cecile's just put, oh my God, a woman of many talents.
Oh, thank you.
And that is honestly, that is so true. So I want to sort of like throw to you. You said you're 29.
Yeah.
You said 3 kids.
Mhm.
You said 3 boys.
Mhm.
And in terms of, if you don't mind, can you just tell us the ages?
Okay, so Kashai, he's 9. He's going to be 10 the end of this month, actually. So he's making his little birthday wish list. So keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah.
Janai is 3, and Zion is 1.
You cannot tell us that that is easy.
Oh no, they're busy. They're bouncing around. I have to replace everything. Everything's up high on shelves. The garden is like, let's go on the trampoline. Open the door. Let's go outside.
And burn some of that and burn some of that energy.
Energy, yeah, honestly.
And burn some of that energy. I mean, so I would say that you were a young mum. You probably class yourself as old, but lucky
Yeah,
enough.
no, I feel like late 40s.
Well, this is
The
it.
responsibilities make me feel older.
Yeah, exactly. So how, in this current day and age, would you say was one of the most challenging things for you right now?
Oh, actually, I forgot to mention. So, Kashai, my star seed, he has been diagnosed with ADHD and ASD. So, we've just recently got him into a specialist school to help with his behavior, to help to kind of keep him engaged, because he is so clever. But it was hard, him being in a mainstream school, to keep him engaged. Like he likes a challenge. So he was working at a high level anyway, and the teacher, like one teacher, a TA with 30 children, it was hard to keep him engaged. So then he would just get distracted, start dancing, singing, and they see that as disruptive behavior. So that had quite an impact on him. So I think the biggest challenge
Stop,
is having.
Risha. Sorry, I need to stop you. Okay. At International Men's Day, and the young lady, because it's got a show on later on, and she is her name's Olive. by the way, and she has got an organisation business, and it's called Empowering Learning. And
Okay.
this is what we're going to do, because we do a lot of this at Simply Deez. We do the connections, and I know Janetti Barrett, a young lady that we know very well, because when we say ADHD, ASD, can you say what those things actually are? Because some people are like, oh, I didn't realise what that stood for, and just give us a little idea of what it means, if you don't mind.
Okay, so ASD is kind of an umbrella term because I think it's a spectrum. So it's autism, Asperger's, because on the spectrum there's different levels. So we have some children who are nonverbal. Because Shy, he would be more the higher end of the spectrum, which would be closer to Asperger's because he's very bright, he's very sharp, but his social skills is where he lacks. Like he we've been doing a lot of work with him to work on even stranger danger. You know, things like not going off with strangers, and there's traffic, not running across the road because you see a family member on the other side. So it's very repetitive. It's a lot of training. So each child, depending on their needs, if you get a diagnosis, you will get a EHCP plan, which is an educational healthcare plan, and that is like that will follow them through till 25 years old, through adulthood, so through primary school, secondary school, college, and that plan is a legal document. So that means that when their needs are listed, the organization has to meet those needs legally by law, or it's very unlawful. They can get into trouble and everything else. So if they need movement breaks, if they're quite hyperactive with Kashai, which the ADHD will come in, they have like a really short attention span. Something that works yesterday might not work tomorrow. So you always have to be one step ahead. You've got to you got to pull out every trick in the book. We've got sensory toys that would work for 2 weeks, and then we've got to go back. We've got comic strips. We've got literally, it can be quite exhausting because you're just thinking, what else is there? But it's quite good. Like if you go into eBay, Amazon, and you speak to certain charities and organizations, it's really good. Yeah, it can help you.
If I can just bring in the producer for one moment, should be brought in. And this is why we have connected, Carisha, because on so many different levels, we try and help people, we try and support people, connect people. If you haven't had the proper connection with Shelley, I'm sure you haven't. Shelley, do you just want to tell Carisha just a little bit about your trustee and just your knowledge as well?
Yes, so my nephew, for want of a better word, is autistic. He is classed as non-verbal. However, that is that he cannot speak what you would understand, but he would speak what we understand. In as much as that I could have reams and reams of WhatsApp conversations with him and proper conversations with him. But he can't then, I can understand him because we can talk like this, but he's classed as non-verbal. And what I was just posting in on the notes is high functioning is how you as a person receives the information, and not that the person's autism is more high functioning or not. It's a different processing capability. It's not a broken thing. That's how I kind of perceive it. Because of Aaron, he goes to a charity based in Luton. We are the biggest respite charity for children and young adults with not just learning disabilities, but any physical disabilities. It's called FUN, or Families United Network.
That's what I said you.
Yeah, I became a trustee there because of Aaron, because the building was going to actually be not there anymore, and we might have had to disband the charity itself. So that's how I became on board with being a trustee. And yes, it is a spectrum. It is a whole umbrella term. They don't like saying disorder anymore, because it's not a disorder. It's just your thoughts and the way that your brain is then worked slightly differently.
Yeah.
and knowing
And
how
neurodivergent, I think, is the term, meaning like your connections in your brain is wired just a bit differently to
yeah.
somebody that hasn't. Yeah.
Aaron's really into computers and stuff, so that's the reason why that our little buzz thing is that it's just an Apple product trying to work with an Android product. They can't.
Mhm.
They've not got the same processor, but they can still do the exact same thing, but in a different way. And that's all
There we
Aaron
go.
does. He anything to do with politics, computers, the TV channels like BBC, all those changes that are happening with the TV and the radio. I will get constant things when he's not at college. So today's a college day, so it's quite quiet on my phone. But yes, it is something you just have to get your head round. And the high functioning thing is what you're perceiving of what that child can do. I mean, being
Mhm.
around this guy for quite a while, you just know what he can and can't do, and you
He's
just
quite independent, yeah, when it comes
yeah,
to dressing, feeding himself, and stuff like that.
yeah. And
Yeah.
we had our networking meeting the last time I saw him, so
Yeah, because I'm doing some fundraising for December as well, and I did some in the summer. But I don't think I seen you. I seen Saba. Saba?
oh Saba, yep, that's that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
she
yeah.
just works in the
Well,
office. So
small world.
yeah, so me, yeah, sort of being in there and not being known there, but everyone knows that we're there if you need us, kind of thing, which is good.
Hmm.
Which is good.
There you go, Carisha.
I
There
didn't
you
even know
go.
that, so that's really interesting. So now I'll be like, "Hi, Shelly."
Yeah. And information and just all sorts of, in terms of like support,
Definitely.
it, it's there. And if we can share or if we can help and all the rest of it and that, there's an avenue. Or if there's any questions or queries with regards to whatever, then throw it our way.
Yeah, because
So
we
I
do
know
the
time.
yes.
Sorry.
No, so I'm just about to say it's the respite care, but it's then the holiday clubs in which we then look at that you can come along with the siblings as well, which is the reason why when the charity was first set up, it wasn't just to do with that child or that young
The whole
adult
family.
with a disability. It covers everyone because it needs to, because you're in your
It affects
home.
everyone.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Oh, excellent. I knew there's a reason you were. So, Carita, people thinking like, oh, wow, because what you've just done, which you probably didn't realise you were going to do, you've just
No,
educated and schooled some of us on just some of the things with regards to, obviously there's so many things under there. And we'll talk at length. I'm going to get you on Real Talk sometime and we can talk much deeper and talk much
in the
more.
hot seat.
Yeah,
Hot.
in the proper. You're not in the hot seat now, girl. You're not in the hot seat now. So people, they've seen some of the flyers, these Christmas and the Jamaican.
Oh, yes, I got some flyers here for the. Oh, can you see it? But it's on my business page. So if you have Facebook and if you have Instagram, because the website's still under work, so I will get around to it. It's 24K treats. Can I put it in the chat, or can I get you to put it? I don't know how to get it on the Facebook or anything. Oh, I can't hear you.
There's a ticker going along, and there's information on the ticker, and we'll also be
Oh,
putting it in the chat as well. All of
oh,
that will be
excuse me.
there.
Sorry.
So
Sorry,
that's
love.
okay. That's okay. Not a problem. But tell the guys, because they're thinking like, right, okay, 1st of December, what's actually happening? What are you doing? And how can we support you?
Oh, okay. So, what I'm basically going to be doing is I'm going to be making a Jamaican they called it Jamaican reggae Christmas grotto. So a Jamaican themed grotto. So we're gonna be dressing it in Jamaican colours. We're gonna have Santa Claus. Santa Claus gonna be giving the children presents, and we're also gonna be doing some catering. So we're gonna have some rice and peas, dumpling, curry chicken, jerk chicken, we're gonna make some. Well, I'm gonna make some sorrel. Gonna make some ginger cake, some fruit cake. So we're gonna give them it's for the family and service users because Keith was saying for confidentiality and GDPR we can't have the general public coming in. So it's gonna be for the families and service users, which will be like a really nice treat for them because having any child or adult with additional needs, like I said, it affects the whole family, especially if there's other children within the family. That attention kind of gets taken away from them sometimes when you're constantly being the constant carer for somebody. So it's really great that Quiche Hospice is here in Luton, where they've got like daycare facilities, and I just think they're so amazing. I think they're like little angels on earth. So I really wanted to do something, and the staff as well. So it's for service users, their family, and the staff, because they're a part of the and everything. So they're really looking forward to it. So they're like, "Oh, we want some Jamaican food," and I'm gonna be bringing my boom box, and I'm gonna play a very reggae Christmas. We're gonna have a good time. I'm going to give them some of the culture for Christmas. I'm going to share Jamaica with them.
Oh, that is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So to the masses out there, Carisha, and we will obviously continue to share and everything leading up to the event. International Men's, you'll get an opportunity to plug it as well. Keach will be there and should be there also as well at International.
So they can give some reviews on the catering and the atmosphere.
No, before.
I will share the images on my page as well.
Before the event. So on the 26th of November, they will be one of the service providers that are actually going to be there. So you'll see them there. You can give some, so you can do a little bit of that also as well. But what do you need for the masses out there? What is it that you actually need for us to help and support you?
Okay, so I was going to ask for some donations to put towards the catering supplies and put towards the decor. So whether it's £1, £5, like as much as you can, because I've got to order like the the heaters. I've already got the chafing dishes, just like the ingredients, because we're catering to, I think for the 2 days it's like over 110 people. So like to get all the ingredients in, me and my stepfather, because he owns Cecil's Corner. So we'll be doing all the cooking, the baking, making the juices and everything. So some donations for that. And if anybody wanted to donate any presents, any gifts or anything as well, you could also do that. I was gonna set it just to take the donations either in person, you can contact me, or through PayPal, and that way I can monitor it. And then once I finish the event, then I can personally send thank yous and images and stuff to everyone that's donated, just to show the appreciation for the support.
That is absolutely fantastic. Carisha, we need to disappear because there's a
waffling on. I told you the tangent and me were besties.
Are gonna come on. Please stay and hang back, and then if we can at the end, we'll bring you back on if that's okay. So welcome the lovely Nike and the lovely Annika also as well. Isn't that incredible, Nike?
You couldn't see me because you were focused. I was going, oh my god. I did send you a comment. I absolutely love your spirit.
Oh, thank you.
I've met so many people in your position, not even necessarily with children with additional needs, but the minute they've got children, it's like, oh, well, it's me, I've got children, life will stop. Fair enough, that's their thing. I'm not knocking them for it. There's somebody who doesn't have that experience. But when I just meet people like you with your energy and colour, it just lifts my spirits. It really does.
Oh, thank you. I always said that I am not just a mother. So before I had my children, I had goals, I had dreams. So I'm just like, right, buckle up, guys. We're going on this journey together because I am getting it. I am buying my house and we're going to go on holidays and we're going to do everything together.
Oh, okay. I don't forget to share your donation link.
Oh, yes. And it's on my socials as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Right on. And we're going to come back.
All right. So, there you go. Hello, Anika. How are you?
Hello, good, thanks. Yeah, my first time on the show. First time Headway's been on the show as well, I think.
We have, or maybe it was your colleague, but we met at the health and wellness event that we did at Future's house back earlier this year.
Yeah, I was there.
I've started using my pencil case now. It's my little bag insert.
Oh yeah, that's right. We made some bags. Well, the clients made some bags to sell. Yeah. So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. So anyway, obviously you can tell that I'm privileged, but not everybody else is. So could you just, for the sake of them tell everybody a little bit about yourself, please, and about Headway?
Yeah, so Headway is a charity. Headway Luton is a charity based in Luton, but we also have a centre in Houghton Regis, and we support adults who've had a acquired brain injury. So that's a brain injury that occurs anytime after birth. So not anything happens in the womb, but afterwards. So we've got people who've had road traffic accidents, drug and alcohol abuse, sporting injuries, also things like strokes, tumours.
Okay.
So we support them in our day centre, as well as a community service going into their homes and helping them and their families in their homes.
Right. So what type of support do you find people typically need, and at what point do you actually get involved?
Typically, from what I know, probably around 2 years after their brain injury, but it could be many years after. So people would perhaps have had their accident or their stroke. They might go into hospital for a long time or be in a coma, for example. Then they might go into some rehabilitation unit for a while, and then they go back home. So we tend to have referrals from the family or person themselves, or could be GP, could be social worker, some time after when they're slightly more recovered, but then they need help in sort of getting back into like community and sort of as normal life as they can. So in our day centre, we do things like speech and communication support. If somebody's lost their ability to talk, we can help them practice. We do computer classes, exercise, physical and cognitive exercise, sort of like arts and crafts, and anything that give them all opportunities that we can to help them reach their goals, basically, to get to where they want to be after their brain injury. So we have a bit of a motto that there's life after brain injury, and that's what we sort of try to aspire to, just bring in life, happiness, joy.
Right. Okay. So how did you come to be involved with Headway?
Well, I think it's about 5 years ago I started taking the minutes at the trustee meeting. I knew somebody who did it before and she left, so I took over. And then over time, I just sort of got more interested in brain injury and a charity, and an opportunity came up to be the business support officer, which is my job. So I do things like the website redevelopment, I do funding applications, I write reports. I generally help the CEO with kind of anything that he needs to do with our funders and anything to help develop the service.
Okay. So I find it really fascinating, the things to do with anything to do with the brain and how it works, etc. Do you find that you have to work with other organisations as well?
Yeah, so Claire, who is the community or community manager, and Vanessa as well, they tend to work in collaboration with other organisations. So Stroke Association, Adult Social Care at the Council, of course, all sorts of things like, I can't even think, there's so many, mental health organisations.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Things like mobility, like Disability Resource Centre, anything. So thing about brain injury, every single client is different. So every need is different. So you might have some who might need help with other health aspects, well-being. And the age range, we're adults, so we deal with adults, so from 18. So our youngest, I think when I looked at the data last, maybe 27 maybe, and the oldest is like 90 something.
Wow.
So very mixed, but our average is kind of 40s and 50s. And actually, interestingly, mostly, 60% of our clients are men, but brain injury is more common in men than women. So we kind of reflect that national trend, international trend actually, of men having survived a brain injury more than women. And I think it's partly to do with the type of jobs, like if you're working in like on a building site, you're more likely to maybe have a fall. But also strokes, men are sort of more susceptible to strokes than women in the younger ages. Oh, I see someone there said Headway Bedford. Yeah, so I'll just say that Headway UK is the umbrella organisation of all of the Headways. So you might think, oh, there's a Headway in Bedford, there's one in Hertfordshire, there's one in Luton, there's one in Devon, everywhere. But we're all separate charities, but we sort of come under the umbrella of Headway UK, who supports us with information. So if you need information about brain injury in the medical aspect and psychological stuff, go on Headway UK website. And if you want to come to Headway Luton, and check out our website for information on the referrals process.
Okay. So you mentioned at the beginning that you get referrals from various agencies.
Yeah.
So with regards to funding, do you get any funding from the NHS, or is it all?
So most people who come here would be their places are paid for by the adult social care. So that could be Luton Council's adult social care budget. So we would have to have a referral, and we contact the social worker and sort that out. And we have people who come who are from Hertfordshire Council, and we also, our community support service is funded by Bedfordshire and Luton, Milton Keynes Integrated Care Board. So that's the NHS basically. So that's for the community service, and that service is free for Luton residents because it's a Luton fund. And then other funding we get for more fun things, like for example, we had an Arts Council grant recently for steel pan workshops, textile art, drama workshops, and we've recently got funding from the Mall Community Chest to go on day trips. So all of those extra add-on fun bits is sort of what I apply for as well, which is nice.
Right. And I've got one last question now, because the information you've shared is quite a lot, actually. The people that work in your centres and stuff, are they volunteers, or do you have a mix of volunteers and professionals?
We have a mix. So we have about, I can't think off the top of my head, maybe 15 members of staff, 15 to 17 in the office, and then on hands-on on support workers. And then we have some volunteers. We're always looking for new volunteers. We've got about 7 or 8 at the moment who really enjoy themselves here. Yeah, and a board of trustees.
Yeah. What type of things would you have volunteers typically doing?
Well, at the moment, we've got one volunteer who's doing a counselling course. So she's working with a few of our clients, providing counselling. Other people would, depending on your skills, might want to assist in the art class, because some people might need help with aspects of holding paint and things like that. Sometimes volunteers would help us out on day trips, and chatting. One of the most important things here is the ability to chat and take an interest in people's lives and make tea. Tea is like one of the biggest things here.
Okay. Right, and so if people wanted to actually get involved with Headway and stuff, how would they go about that?
Best way is go to our website, headwayluton.com, and you'll see a tab there for get involved, and it says about volunteering, and there's also a donate button and things like that. And we're actually getting our website redeveloped, but for now the website does still function, so you will find some info there. That's the best starting point.
Okay, and because I remember buying that lovely, I know it was a pencil case, but I use it as a bag insert, so I put all my little valuables inside it. Are those type of things that you sell regularly? Do you have like a little volunteer shop, or do you sell them on your website?
Actually, we mostly go out and about and to sell outside. So our next event is a Christmas stall, St Thomas's Church in Stopsley on the 3rd of December. So there'll be lots of items that people can buy there. And yeah, just over the coming year, we're hoping to create more lovely arts and crafts, and like you say, the lovely printed bags and greeting cards, and sell it. So mostly stalls. We haven't got a website to sell yet.
Yeah, I was just curious. Yeah, that's all. Okay.
No, thanks for asking. Yeah, I wanted to promote that Christmas event actually. So come on.
All right. Okay, that's good. Yeah. All right. So I don't know if I've missed anything. Is there anything else that you would like to share with us?
Just wanted to make people aware that we exist, really, because I think brain injury isn't the sort of thing you like to think about. It's not something that comes up in your mind until maybe it happens to you or someone you know. but it can happen to any of us at any time. And just we're here for you.
Yeah. Okay, that's really good. Thank you very much. Because it's funny when you mentioned about guys being the one more likely to suffer or to recover from a brain injury, my mind instantly went to the to two of them actually. You know, the footballers that had the issue with their brain on the pitch, Francis Moamba and the Ericsson chap. So
yeah. Oh, actually, I should point out we also have a small number of clients who have other neurological conditions like dementia and Parkinson's. So yeah, those sort of some of those football injuries can. I'm sure you've seen and rugby can lead to dementia later in life. So that's quite an interesting effect of brain injury as well.
Okay, that's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really interesting. You see, I'm a little bit speechless.
I totally understand. I totally understand why, Nikkei. Headway, how long has Headway been around?
It's been a formal charity since the year 2000, but it existed before then, from the 80s, just led by a group of people whose loved one had a brain injury and they had nowhere to go. So, but formally since 2000. So what's that, 22 years?
Can I just ask you a quick question again? It's just occurred to me because obviously we've used the word brain injury a lot and the various reasons why you would get there. But then you mentioned about people who come out with Alzheimer's and did you say Parkinson's?
Yeah.
So how would they care for the people who have suffered like a brain injury, maybe because they fell off scaffolding or they've had their head kicked so many times, compared to somebody who has just developed
dementia? Well, quite interesting. One of the, I suppose some of the care we provide is sort of similar. Well, we have to provide something bespoke for everyone.
Yeah.
But with our small group of people with dementia, we're working on like the memory type of aspect, which is a common thing in brain injury as well. I would say most people here, a lot of people here have problems with their memory. But yeah, we take people with dementia, I suppose, on the more earlier side. We're not, unfortunately, we don't have the ability to deal with the more progressed later dementia. So in a way, they're kind of similar at this stage.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I was going to say that, you know, when I asked Annika about how long Headway had been around, and then it's like one of those organisations I think that are there, but people are unaware of.
Definitely.
And we have got so many organisations, charities, etc., and voluntary organisations, and people doing things in the community. And that's predominantly kind of why we're doing the show, is to let people know what's going on. Because if you don't know, you don't know. And this is just another way, an opportunity of people actually kind of like, okay, so you've got Headway. What does that mean? Who are they? What do they do? And you've shared some of that important information with us today. We are actually, Annika, we're actually going to be on the 3rd of December. We are at Stopsley also as well. Oh, we're following you. We're following you.
We're following you as well.
So Shelley with her treats, Shelley Scrumptious and Simply Deez Events will be there on the 3rd of December. And leading up to that, we'll be sharing. So if there's anything that you need to be shared out, Annika, please let us know. And we'll be able to do that. And also it'd be great if we could get some leaflets for the International Men's Day that's coming up. Yeah,
I'll send you some because we probably won't be able to attend that as a formal stall. Or I'm sure a few of us might be loitering around, but I'll send you some.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be absolutely fabulous. Thank you. So we're kind of going to be rounding up very shortly. Annika, can I ask you just to hold fire for just a few moments while I just kind of just do a little bit of a wrap up, if that's okay? Nikkei. What a show.
I know, it's been amazing. I've been on tenterhooks because sometimes when I'm on second, I might run off and put my lunch on or do something like that. But I like, I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna have to starve today. So yeah, it has been really good.
And I don't think there's ever been, I know for a fact, there's never been a show where I can say, I knew all of that already. I knew all of that.
No,
Nobody's telling me anything that I didn't already know. Always learning something new.
Absolutely.
I mean, always learning something new. So I'm going to just very quickly just do a couple of quick messages, and then I'm going to bring our guests back for if they've got any last words, and that will be us wrapped up for today. So it is so important for me to share with you all. If you don't already know, in your diaries, if you haven't got, I want to know why. Saturday, the 26th of November, 10:30 till 5 p.m. So this is Futures House, Marsh Farm, LU33QB. That's how the relationship we have. I know the postal code off by heart. I'm not reading it from somewhere. I know it off by heart. And yeah, International Women's Day. We're all like, yeah, the guys. We want the guys to support us. Yeah. Apparently, men don't talk. And I say apparently because this event, it's in its 7th year now. We went online for 2 years because of COVID. We are back. We are in person. It is a free to attend event. Did you hear that? Free. So there's valuable information out there and it's free. You have no excuse. Drop in, pass by. We have service providers. We have got the Recovery College. We have got Ollie from Empowering Learning. We have got the Samaritans. We have got Ollie, the One Life Lost is Enough Foundation. We've got Shy, who's got his own business. He is the CEO, currently 5 Flavors. I don't know if this young man is going to be bringing us more on the day. Okay, we have got Ricky Hill, ex-Luton, England footballer, now an entrepreneur, an author, coach, manager, and so much more. We have got Brandon Abrahams, 20-year-old racing driver. We have got the lovely Jordan Thomas. We have got directional CIC. We have got absolutely loads. We have got a therapist. We've got a barrister. We have got, who else have we got? A deputy head teacher. And there are absolutely loads that are going to be sharing some of their journey, which we know. It's not we think, we know is going to help and support others out there. Now, tonight is a Real Talk with Simply Deez special, starting at 7 p.m. tonight. And we've just got people that are going to be part of the day. So just sharing just a little bit, not too much, because otherwise you're going to know it all, but just so that you get a little flavour. We're going to be reeling them in tonight. So get a little flavour of what's going to be going down on the 26th of November. So if we can bring back on, that's the key thing I need to share right now. Bring back on our guests. So excited. One of the young men co-hosting is my son. This is all what it's about, leaving the legacy and passing on that baton. And you are doing exactly that, Carisha, with young men. And
Thank you.
So
trying.
God loves a trier, right?
There we go.
When we talk about certain things, we can't do it on our own. Okay?
Because we're not an island anyway, so it doesn't make sense.
Exactly. So when you hear people sort of say the words village, it takes a village to grow a child. And it's like, that's old, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. So you know that we, as in Simply Deez, we are looking out for Kachai. You know that.
Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind.
You know that. And anything that we can do, help, support, what have you, and not just for him, for the others as well, and for yourself as well, Carisha. You've just messaged me, haven't you?
Have I?
What do we have? You know you have. And I said, well done. And what did you message me back?
I can't remember. I got
You want me
amnesia.
read it? You want me read it?
Read it, because I'm shy. I get shy, you know.
Oh, I said you're doing very well. Oh, I'm reading them comments. I feel so proud. I'm finally putting my gifts and degree to use. Thank you so much for the opportunity. This is the start of my journey. God is good.
Always.
See, you're gonna make me start crying on live TV now, Dee.
Won't you?
This wasn't part of the plan.
And can I read I'm going to read the next bit. She probably don't want me to, but I am.
Go on
and
then.
I said 100%. And she's put, I'm happy that I can be my authentic, hyperactive self and get the support. Do you know how?
Yeah, that's
I
important.
don't know if you know how me reading that, I could cry. And I'm serious, I could cry. And I know the masses out there, sometimes we feel, because, I don't know, for whatever reason, we're not good enough.
Or we're too much, we're too loud.
You know, and people want to kind of dampen that. And certainly with young people now, it's a case of, as you're sort of saying, you may be in a classroom and you know what? We want to knock out your creativity, your difference, because you're different. And that is not the way.
Yeah.
It's support and it's understanding.
And it's acceptance, isn't it? Just accepting people and just learning them so that they feel loved. Like, we all got different love languages, different personalities, coming from different walks of life. So, and that's what makes the world interesting.
Yeah,
exactly.
I 100% agree with you. But where you were saying about people wanting to dampen your livelihood, you know, your liveliness and stuff like that. I saw a post the other day, or well, I think it was just yesterday, where they were saying that when we send our kids to school, we need to be careful because they're not being educated, they're being indoctrinated. And some of these things, having listened to people over the period on this show, it really does. It sounds like a really cynical and horrible thing to say, but when you listen to people's experiences, it does seem true because, you know, I know it's subjective, but like I said, from the offset, I found your spirit to be so uplifting. I don't understand why anybody would want to dampen that, because that can only be a good thing.
I think it's individuality, like what you're saying. It's kind of like taking a circle and turn it into a square.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh, we want you to be yourself with restrictions and boundaries, but then I'm not being myself, then am I? I'm being a puppet, or I'm putting on a show. And I don't like that. I don't like that much. So
that's why you're coming on Real Talk, so we can talk.
Yeah, with my sass and my colours, bringing the colours. Bring it.
So, Annika, because we're rounding up now, what do you want to be your for today? Because we're going to get you back on something else. Don't you worry about that. In terms of sort of like for headway, is there anything else that you'd like us to share? Let the audience out there know at all.
Oh, I can't. I'm not sure. Just get in contact if you want to find out more about brain injury. I think that's the main thing I'd like to say, and see if we can help you out. Yeah, and good luck to Carisha for your event. Sounds really exciting.
Oh, thank you.
Because Cecil's Corner is literally around the corner from where we are on Alma Street. So I've been there. Yeah.
Listen, the curry got and rice and peas. I come in there all the time. Come on, you know what I want. Give me what I want.
Yeah, and the dumplings, they're the best.
I know, the dumplings. I was like, can you tell me a secret ingredient? He said he's taking it to the grave, but I'll have some more conversations with him.
Excellent. Annika and Carisha, if you could just stay for just 2 minutes. We're going off air now, so we're going to say bye to the masses out there, and we will see you. We will be back next week, Tuesday, same time, 12 to 12:30 on the Simply Together show. And please, you know you're not doing nothing later. Join us 7 o'clock. Real Talk is Simply Deez, and you'll be able to meet some of the outstanding. When I say outstanding, you'll be, I'll go and reach. I need to reach. okay, for the International Men's. Tonight, 7 till 9, Real Talk with Simply Deez, live on Facebook and also on YouTube. So for now, we will see you next week. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a fantabulous day.